Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I hope that you all are doing amazing. So today's video is about how to regain your serene state. And this video is specially meant for leaders and people who are at a position where others reach out to them. It could be service professionals, it could be coaches, it could be mentors, it could be, business leaders, people leaders, anybody who is dealing with others and at a position where others look up to them and come to them for solutions, advices, or a way out. Well, so serenity is very, very important for us to be able to function in our most effective and efficient way. But let's also get this fact that we are human beings and we do lose that state when things around us are not happening in the way it should, when things are uncertain, when there's chaos outside, when there's too much of things happening, going on. Leaders too, they can have anxiety attacks, panic state, stress. And let's understand that it is natural, it is very, very natural. And so it is important to really know how to regain that state of serenity back. Let's not judge people who are at that level, and let's not also always want them to be perfect and show up perfectly. That's not done, and not acceptable, because let's understand that they're human beings and they do have their emotions. And if we are looking to build a community, a workplace, or a world where we want everybody to flourish and be at their best, then we have to accept everybody as they are and support them where they are at. So why I came up with this topic is, first, I have found a lot of people under stress, and they're coming up to me and venting it out, taking out the frustrations, everything, and I'm holding the space for them. And also I've realized that in these couple of days I am getting drained out. In fact, I'm getting stressed. I'm like unable to be that best myself, and so I'm losing that efficiency and the productive me who used to come so alive after every session or holding space for somebody. But I've realized that of late, because it's getting too much outside, things are happening, a lot of people are venting out, and a lot of people are looking up to coming with their problems, challenges, and sharing with me, and I'm giving that space to them. So in a way, I am getting drained out. So that is when they drained out, in the sense I'm starting to having headache, I'm starting to feel uneasy, I'm losing my sleep, I am literally not feeling energized to wake up the next day and start my day with that energy and everything. And that's the moment I realized that this is exactly the way most of the leaders and the people I mentioned, they go through. And it's so important for us to take care of ourselves, because I was feeling that, whom do I reach out to except for my coach? Whom do I reach out to else? And that's the reason I thought I'll pick up this topic. So the first thing that you need to do, and is important, is to understand that you're not in sync, that something is not right in you, within you. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that literally something is not right, but You get the cues. Your body definitely gives you the cues, like the headache, the kind of the lethargic feeling that you'll have. You may insomnia, sleepless nights, and triggers. Maybe you become a little hyper. So first is getting aware, accepting the fact that yeah, I am out of sync. My body, mind, spirit, emotions is not in sync. And that first step is very important because it will help you to carve out the next step. But if you're not even aware and if you deny the fact that something is not right, then you will not be able to find a solution to that. Second is, once you are aware, then second is, once you accept that there's something not in sync, second step is to observe. Observe your triggers. So, if I can give an example, let's say there is a procession happening and you are just the bystander and looking at the procession. So, a couple of things you need to do. First is observe how your body is responding. Just observing, these kind of simple acts, it looks like very simple, but once you start doing it, you'll see how effective and important it is. Observe how your body is responding. Second, observe what kind of thoughts you're feeding in, because thoughts are what data, and we are very efficient in that way, where we capture data, 70,000 datas, thoughts per day, and it keeps circulating. So be observant of the thoughts that you're feeding into your system and what is happening, because that is also one of the reasons why we tend to get caught up in the storm and not outside of it. Then you observe what is the emotional response, because every thought that we feed into the system has an emotional response to it, and this science says. And there's a cycle, actually, beautiful chain, where every thought triggers an emotional response, and every emotional response triggers an action, and then the result. And so it's a cycle. So it's important for you to really get present to what is that emotional response. Many a times what we do is we bypass that emotional response and try to get to the doing part of it. Like, let's say we caught hold of a thought which has triggered something in us, but instead of feeling that emotion, instead of being with that, we try to bypass it. Sometimes we do it through spiritual means, like listening to those devotional things, podcast. Again, we are collecting a lot of data, right? So instead of feeling that, we move to the doing bit, taking action. So we're not giving that bandwidth to us to absorb and sit with that pleasant, unpleasant feeling, whatever it is. And many times we don't deny the pleasant feelings, but we deny the unpleasant ones. So it's important for you to observe that also, that are you bypassing that and doing something and not feeling, because it has a huge impact, this particular thing, right? And then, once you do all of this, your consciousness will raise. More your consciousness is raised, more you will find yourself grounded. More thoughts, more data, less of your consciousness, because it's just data. More of the consciousness, you observing, you kind of raising your awareness, less of those inputs, and so you're in a better state, and that state is called in sync, serene state. That is the serenity state. And once you arrive that state, you get access to your inner wisdom, which is your inner voice. And many times we call it as intuition. There is a beautiful saying which says that intuition is the highest ladder of human consciousness. We often mistake intellect to be that highest ladder, but intuition is the highest ladder. First is the instinct bit, which is the body, how our body is responding. Then comes the intellect, the mind. And we get caught up in the mind thing, the data part of it, which is very important though. But when we get caught up in that whirlpool of data and we do not sieve that or observe that and take what is required, we cannot take that leap to that intuitive ability that is there in us, that is the inner wisdom. So these are the steps. If you follow, I'm sure you will reach a grounded state and you'll be able to access your inner voice, your intuition, which is the highest level of consciousness. And from that space, you will get answer to what you're looking for. What is the next best step for you to do? And that is your highest level of efficiency. This I've worked on myself, and I'm working. And let's also remember that this journey is not a straight line or an incremental line. This journey is full of ups and downs. So you will fall down, but the only thing you have to do is raise yourself up the moment you fall down. Well, I hope this helps, and let me know by commenting, by writing to me. And if there is anything, any topic that you would like me to reflect on and help you with, don't shy away from sharing that with me. And until next, stay safe, take care, and stay grounded. Love you all. Bye-bye.